Hello everyone, it's Charlton. It'd be nice, I wouldn't be. I don't have much to say, no video to make, but they're just so close here. I just wanted to say hello. So hello. Hello everyone, it's Charlton. I gotta roll, man, I got a ton of work to do. I'll catch up with you later. Yo! All right, so I watched the ABC report, the half-hour show. I think there's one on Hulu too and Amazon. I haven't seen them. I don't know if they're different, but I saw the whole half-hour program on, I already forgot what it was called. You know, on Las Vegas shooting. So, listen, man, I'm telling you what this is about. It's about two words. 2 words, dude. And it doesn't matter to me, you know, whether or not I'll look at some stuff. I'll look at the Doug Papa article. Somebody showed me, I forget your name already, about the different shell casings throughout Vegas. I saw that. That was interesting. I'm open, but I'm telling you right now, dude, this is about 2 words. 2 words. And remember what I said. And I'm going to show you when I get home. I'm going to show you one more time that clip of Nicolas Cage in The Lord of War talking to the Russian official when he says, you know, what happens when they work it out? We'll cut them in. We'll cut them in.
Your stocks are dangerously depleted, Dimitri. You should order more from the factory.
Someone will work it out. Whatever then?
We'll cut them in.
Cut them in. That's what happens, man. So when the inspectors come, when the reporters come, when the people come to expose it, we'll just cut them in, dude. Whoever it is, whether they're part of the organization, inside, outside, whatever, dude. It's peanuts. The little amount that they gotta pay those people is microscopic compared to what they gotta pay in the lawsuits. This is about 2 words, and it's about. Remember this, man, and listen for it. It's about Safety Act. It's all about the Safety Act. This has been about the Safety Act from the very beginning since it ended, since the incident, since he stopped shooting. That's when it started becoming about the Safety Act, all right? About getting this thing labeled terrorism so that basically it's a bailout by the taxpayer, man. It doesn't make much difference to me whether or not the U.S. taxpayer pays a big chunk of this settlement, but that's what it's about, all right? And everybody's at the table, you know? And, you know, it's just like I said, dude, even the attorneys for the victims. And I'm friends with Catherine Lombardo on Facebook. Seems like a very nice person. And right now, that whole thing, the Safety Act thing, that lawsuit that MGM filed against the victims, which was part of a maneuver to get this kicked into federal court so they could get it categorized as the Safety Act, which would, you know, get it categorized as terrorism, you know, that's been suspended, all right, because actually there's a time clock to that, and once they filed that, eventually a judge would have to make a decision, and he might make the decision that they don't like, so it got suspended while they mediate. So both the attorneys for the victims and the attorneys for the hotel casino are mediating it. And right now, until that's decided, it's actually in the victim's best interest, the victim's attorney's best interest for it to get labeled as a Safety Act. And I don't begrudge anybody. It makes no difference to me, okay? Catherine Lombardo or the attorneys for the victims themselves. But the attorneys, it's their job to represent their clients to the very best, you know, to do the very best they can for their clients. That's their job. Their job is not to be liked by Charlton, okay? Their job is to do as good as they can for their clients, and actually having this labeled, you know, having this become part of the Safety Act, which would label it as terrorism, which would mean the government would be basically bailing out some of the settlement, sweetens the pot dramatically, okay? But it makes no difference to me. But the problem with that, and it's a big problem, it does make a difference to me actually, but I mean, it's not like it's gonna be like, I'll never see it come out of my pocket, you'll never see it come out of your pocket, but it's big, it's huge money. And the problem with that is, when we do those things, that provides zero deterrent for these things to not happen again. Because basically, anytime these things happen, the U.S. taxpayer is the one who's going to pay for it. So why would you put out expenditures if you're a corporation? Why would you spend money changing procedures, changing things, and spend money doing it if you could just not spend the money, and then when it happens again, the U.S. taxpayer pays for most of it. Right? It's about the Safety Act, dude. It is. And all this other stuff, man, all these other things that are being talked about, they've just been cut in, dude. I'm sorry, but the media, but because MGM has, the hotel casino has a huge advertising budget, and they can basically cut off anybody who runs unfavorable stories. Honestly, it's very possible that some of the channels on YouTube are, they're getting paid, dude, by the attorneys, by whatever. It just is. But, I'll keep an open mind. And, listen, dude. Why? Okay. Does a terrorist... What is Vegas about, man? What's the number one thing when you think of Vegas? This is how good these attorneys and corporations are at convincing, at changing thousands and thousands and thousands of minds. What is Vegas about? What's the first thing you think of when you think of Vegas? Please. Of course, it's gambling, okay? So why would an individual... are we going to... Is there such a thing as gambling terrorism, So the person, it's just a coincidence that he spent the last 5-10 years of his life gambling in Las Vegas, and spent the last 1.5 or 2 years losing $1.5 million of his $2 million net worth gambling. That's just a coincidence. It's really about some ideology that he believed in so deeply that he never told anybody and kept secret and took to the grave with him. It's absurd, dude. It's absurd. Honest to goodness, the only reason, I'm not even going to say that. That's the story there, man. It really is, I'll keep looking at it, but this is about the Safety Act and, getting this thing labeled as terrorism. Does a terrorist, say a drug addict, goes and takes out his revenge on whoever it is that turned him into a drug addict. Do you think you would consider that terrorism? Was it that he always intended to do this, and the idea of spending the last 2 or 3 years of his life, even beyond further, was a way to disguise his true terrorism beliefs, his true ideology, which we don't even know what it is, that his gambling habits and gambling lifestyle for the last 2 years, where he lost 3/4 of his net worth and beyond. And I'm sorry. I'm not babying people anymore. I don't care if he sent, his girlfriend $100,000, and I don't care if he could have shot out into the casino. And you can't kill that many people in the casino when you do that. That's why he did what he did. Listen, dude. Just ask yourself, who benefits by everything that's being presented? Who benefits? I guess the victims benefit to some extent, but if we're the ones paying it, man, it's not right. It's wrong. It's wrong, dude, and that's the story there. Totally lousy video, but I gotta roll, and I don't want to. I'll look at it some more, but I'm pretty resound in that. And I think all these other things are bogus. I do. I think some of the stuff that's being presented, they didn't even talk about this in the media report. No one mentions this. No other channels talks about his gambling. Why? It's the number one thing. It's absurd. All right. That's the end of this video, man. Thanks for watching my videos. I really do appreciate it. I think I'm gonna go make a run at this. I really am. It's not gonna be, and this is gonna take me like 10 years, but I really want to turn my channel into something. And we'll see though. We shall see. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Nice, actually. They don't run away. They kind of like, they come up and talk. They're friendly. Seriously. They actually sort of want to get to know me, I think. Hello, everyone. It's Charlton, but I don't want to bother him. And I'm sure the bull's around here somewhere. All right, later.